Hello everyone, welcome back to the latest update series of Drishti IAS. This is Divya Kawatra and today we are going to discuss regarding the flare of paper leak that has also reached Jharkhand. That's right. We're going to discuss regarding JPSC and state PCS, how does it work, what are the functions. We'll know a bit of a basic about that as well. All right. First, let's find out what happened and what is the recent event. In terms of recent event, if we talk about, there was a resignation of Ajit Bhattacharya, Anima Hassan, and along with them, Jamal Ahmed, who the resignations were accepted by Jharkhand governor. Who is the Jharkhand governor? Santosh Gangwar, right? He accepted the resignations. Why? Because the resignations were being demanded by the students. Why? Because of the paper leak. They were protesting just like Delhi, and now they have asked for resignation. The final resignation has come. Governor has accepted them, and now the new appointments will be made soon, right? This comes even as the government agreed to the cancellation of 14th JPSC preliminary exam, right? Some exams have also been cancelled. Why? They're saying that put up new protocols, put up new regulations, only then conduct the exam. They said that it would take a two-pronged approach to address irregularities. They've also announced multiple measures that will be taken by the government so that they can prevent any such further instance, and even if it happens, there will be strict regulations regarding that. And that way, they have also promised that we will set up a fast-track court in the state as well as set up on the national scale after the Delhi protest, right? So fast-track courts will be set up, and after that, they will come to constitute a committee that will determine how we are going to move further after this, like how the appointments will be done, and after that, how the paper will be conducted, what will be the protocols followed, and how the system is going to change, right? A committee will sit for that. They will give the necessary reforms for the examination. Only then they will be conducting examination under special protocols, under special protection. Is that clear? Exactly. That is what is happening. And based on that, let's understand a little bit more. How so? All three members of the JPSC, they have resigned. Yes, on August 9, 2026, amidst the growing controversy. Yes. Now, the state CID has summoned the members here, and because of the widespread student protest, this action was taken. Now, the development, if we say, there is a resignation that has been accepted, and what was the trigger? The resignation followed CID summons and over 2 weeks of continuous student demonstration. Why? Because they were saying that we want accountability. If paper leak has happened, yes, you couldn't have stopped that, but you can raise accountability. Why are you not even doing that? After asking that question for 2 weeks approximately, this action was taken and the voices were finally heard regarding paper leak, corruption, system irregularities, etc. in the competitive examinations, right? Exactly. So now at this point, government, as discussed, has also announced certain measures that they would be taking to actually contain this problem. What are those suggested measures? Let's understand that. First of all, following the round talks with the student, they sat with the student, had talks, asked for their demands, and tried to understand the problems that they are facing so that they come up with better solution which addresses to their concerns as well, right? So they sat with them, had a talk. Education Minister Sudhivya Kumar sat there. Jharkhand government announced a two-pronged approach after the discussion. What is the two-pronged approach here? Number one is they're talking about exam cancellation. How so? Government has agreed to cancel 14th JPSC preliminary examination, JPSC backlog examination, and backlog of 25. 23 backlog, 25 backlog, and the current vacancy. They're all put on hold before the norms are applied. Okay. All right. Now, investigation and prosecution will be done. Secondly, CID probe will be there. A criminal investigation department probe is pursuing the criminal charges against those who are involved in these irregularities, who have been responsible for this. They'll be held accountable, and not only accountable for this, they will be punished as well, right? Under the CID probe. And then ED has also been involved. Enforcement Directorate has also been involved to investigate the potential financial corruptions that might be happening through these repeated vacancies, right? Because of the repeated vacancies, more tenders are given, more allotment is given, more funds are given, and sometimes maybe because of the financial corruption, to take that fund, to keep taking that fund, they nullify the exam, then they reconduct it, then nullify it, then reconduct it for various reasons, right? That's why ED involvement has also been done. And similarly, as we talked about it, they're also going to set up fast track courts that will be dealing with the cases, right? Courts that will take special accustom to the request raised because of paper leaks, and that will have a mandatory deadline, and everything will be solved within 90 days. That is what they are trying to do, so that they can not only address to the problem, raise accountability, punish the culprits, find the corruption into that, but also make sure that from next time this doesn't happen, right? Exactly. So a reform committee is being formed regarding that. Yes, we talked about the committee, a reform committee consisting of experts from IIT Dhanbad, IIT Ranchi and XLRI, Jamshedpur. They are coming together so that they can sit and overhaul and create a transparent protocol regarding the conducting of exam, the powers given regarding to the exam, and then the outsourcing of it, like for printing they are outsourced, etc. Whether they can be outsourced or should we spend more on the infrastructure and keep everything in-house, right? All this will be suggested and marked, and then according to those suggestions, reforms will be executed. Clear? Yeah. Lastly, CGL exam has also been retained. State government has declined to cancel the JSC CGL examination, saying the ongoing court directions and oversight from the Jharkhand High Court and Supreme Court, they've said that this does not need to be cancelled. It will go on, and rest 3 exams, yes, they can be cancelled, and we have accepted your demand to cancel those. This one, we are not going to do so. Tell me why this is not being done, why this is not being cancelled, what is different about the CGL exam? Is the pattern different? Is there some key difference as to how CGL exam can still be conducted without the new norms? What is the difference? Tell me in the comment section. And on that note, moving forward, let's talk about the protesting aspirants and their demands and reactions. How did they react to this? So student groups and aspirants, they've demanded further action also. They've said that if CID is getting involved, we also want CBI investigation, not just CID. We want CBI investigation in all state recruitment exams rather than just these 3. And after that, everything that has been conducted since 2019 should be under scrutiny. Not just this year, not just 23, not just 25. Everything that has been conducted since 2019 should be under scrutiny. That is their demand. Second demand is full disclosure of category-wise cutoffs, raw response sheets, carbon copies of OMR sheets, so that they can maintain transparency and they can ensure that, okay, this is what the answer I have marked. And according to your official answer key, this is the marks I should get. And if I'm not getting that, that means there is a problem, right? To ensure that transparency, they want all this, and then strict criminal prosecution, of course, against the officials that were involved. So what does government have to say on that? Government Chief Minister Hemant Soren assured the students, right? You must have heard about Hemant Soren, yes, coming from the long line of Sorens who have been governing the area, and with a deeper value, of course, right? So they assured the students that strict justice would be done. Don't worry about that. And anybody responsible for compromising the sanctity will be punished through various dialogues, etc. We will come to an agreement as to how to move forward with this, but action will be taken, rest assured. And Governor Santosh Gangwar has also similarly appealed for peace and constructive discussion. They've said that maintain peace, come to us, let's discuss and come up with the solution rather than creating more chaos, right? That is government stance. They're saying that we are making changes, but beyond that, if you want something else, you have to come and talk to us. Shouting on the roads is not going to help us or you. If you come and have proper constructive discussions, that might help us come for a solution altogether, right? So that is the appeal that has been put forward, and government has also said the same thing. But that brings us to a point where we try to understand what JPSC is, how is it working, and then how do state commissions actually work in India. Okay, a small highlight of that, not very detailed, a very small highlight of the fact how state commissions work in India. To understand that, we see that state public commissions such as JPSC, that is in Jharkhand, are independent constitutional bodies. Number one, they are independent. Second, they are constitutional bodies. They are mentioned in the constitution from Article 315 to 323. All right. According to that, the provisions regarding this are already there in part 14 of the Constitution. There they can handle recruitment, personnel management of state administrative services through this power, right? If you talk about the composition, the strength, there is a chairman and other members appointed by the governor of the state under Article 360. Secondly, the exact number of members is not fixed. Please remember that. It is not fixed anywhere to say that these are the number of members that should be there in it. No. It is upon the discrepancy of the state to understand what is their requirement. Accordingly, they can set up their own commission. All right. This is a very important point for prelims. Please remember, it is not fixed. The number of members is not fixed. Chairman will be there. Apart from that, it can be as per the requirement on the discretion of governor. All right. What are the qualifications here? No specific academic qualifications are also prescribed, except for one fact, that is at least half of the members must be persons who have held office for at least 10 years under the government. That is the only requirement. And anybody who has held a position for 10 years under the government would anyway be academically eligible as well, right? So that's why they've not mentioned all that academic structures, age, etc. This is the only requirement that has come under central or state government, anyone, not specifically center or specifically state. Any of those governments, if served under for at least 10 years, that is it. Clear? That is how you become a member to this. If we talk about tenure and age limit, members hold office for a term of 6 years or 62. Why 62? Because the ultimate would be 65 and they still have the hope to move to a central service. Okay, for that they are given the gap of 3 years. That's why 65. Members can resign anytime. Whom do they write their resignation to? They write it to governor. All right. Yeah. And recently, as we have seen, the resignation has been written. If we are to remove, the removal power, that comes, they are appointed by the governor, but they will always be removed by president. That is also an important thing to remember. Okay. Appointed by governor, removed by President of India under Article 370. What are the grounds of removal? Removal occurs on the ground of misbehavior after an inquiry is done that yes, you have misbehaved by the Supreme Court or directly by the President if they are declared insolvent or engaging in paid employment outside duties or unfit due to unsound mind or anything, right? These become the grounds for removal. That is how they are removed. Similarly, there are multiple functions. They have consultative roles also. They conduct the examinations and then they have the advisory nature. Why? Because their nature is purely advisory. How? They give the final execution decision to the state cabinet. They can advise on it largely, yes. Clear? Exactly. Then if we talk about the constitutional safeguard for independence, how do we maintain their independence? They have a fixed tenure, first of all, that gives them independence. You cannot change their tenure. Financial independence, salaries and pensions come from Consolidated Fund of India. That means they cannot be voted on by the parliament, right? And then bar on further employment. If you have don't have a bar on further employment, they might create personal nexus. If there is a bar on further employment, they will not be able to give personal benefits, right? Exactly. Moving forward, we'll talk about a question regarding this topic. But before that, let me tell you, we have a freedom sale going on in which you are getting up to 50% off from 11th to 16th August. Remember the dates from 11th to 16th August, that is our freedom sale. All right. On UPSC, PCS, teaching exam, all of these, you get that on. Especially on ISGS Foundation, where it is not up to 50% off, it is flat 50% off. And that is the price for you. The effective price, the lowest price ever. And you can get all the benefits of the foundation course at this discounted price. Is that amazing? Yes? All right. So that also includes our main subject as well as optional courses. And you can join that from the Drishti IAS Learning app, the Drishti IAS website, or you can give us a call on 87501-87501. Remember the dates, 11th to 16th August. All right? Okay. Moving forward to the question, we have a question for you. Read it and give us your answer in the comment section. All right. If you would like to join us for more such current updates, let me tell you that we meet every day, Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. live to discuss the Hindu newspaper, PIB analysis, as well as question practice. Do join us for the session. And on that note, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.